What will the future of work look like? Well, the truth is that nobody can give you a solid response. Ask your teachers, ask your parents. Maybe we should ask Elon Musk. He's all about the future, isn't he? But he might tell you this, that some of you might retire on Mars. It could really happen. We live in times of change. And regardless of what the future of work will look like, there are 3 human superpowers that we'll explore now. 3 superpowers that will allow you to thrive. And they were relevant in the past, are relevant today, and will continue to be relevant in the future. In 2020, the World Economic Forum estimated that next year, 85 million jobs will be taken over by machines. That's a lot, isn't it? Administration, warehousing, manufacturing, customer service, all gone, at least to some extent. And then on the other hand, you know what they also projected? 97 million could be potentially created. So many new jobs. And what does that tell us? There's a big job shift happening. And the advances with AI at the forefront, they give us an idea what the future could look like. Now we know Elon Musk. With Tesla, he announced this September that they are planning to have 1 million of those, the Optimus humanoid robot, working by 2030, hand in hand with us. And you know, here's the crazy thing. They're aiming to retail them at half the price of a car. Who wants one? Yeah, I want one, and your parents will want one as well. And then what about quantum computing? These crazy looking machines. Google in 2019 claimed that their quantum computer actually completed a task in 200 seconds that would have taken a classical supercomputer 10,000 years. 10,000 years, isn't that insane? And then of course there's AI. And what's the deal with AI? It's smarter, it's faster, and does it need to sleep, you guys? No. Does it want holidays? No. It is happy to work. But I'm not scared. I am thrilled about the future of work. I'm gonna have my own AI team, and so will you. And you know what? I choose not to worry when I look at the future, because I choose to realize my human potential and focus on 3 vital human superpowers that we'll explore now. The first one is authenticity. Do you know Friedrich Nietzsche? Some of you. The others, please read it up with ChatGPT. He said these words, "Become who you are." Words that really deeply, deeply resonated with me. Because when I grew up as a child in Bavaria, it wasn't always easy. My brother and I, we look quite different than these kids. You know? You see the difference? And, you know, I remember how I felt when they all called me chocolate boy, chocolate boy. It wasn't very pretty. It made me feel sad. But it took me years, well into my 20s, to see that my heritage, the color of my skin, it's actually a superpower. And you know, I appreciate the fact that I was born to stand out. And you know, today, I'm the chocolate boy, and it's great. And you know, as a young adult, all I wanted was to fit in. I just wanted to be one of them, but it's not gonna happen. And you in school, I'm sorry to say that, you're not taught to stand out. The educational system is rather designed, to fit in. Well, why? Because it's still based on some of the values of the 19th century Prussian system and models that were actually intended to create obedient soldiers and citizens. Yes, that's the truth. And today, what are we teaching? Still a lot of skills, intellectual skills, where AI exceeds us hugely. We don't have a chance. And that's why you should also, and I say this very, very clear, that the parents are happy with me, you should also invest in the skills that the schools don't teach. Dare to develop your personality, be curious, and show up in an authentic way every single day. And you know, it can be even an afro. That is a superpower. Small things. And you know, authenticity creates trust. It creates trust with the people that are around us and the people that we work with. And that's what we need today as well as in the future. I can guarantee you that. And in the future, we need to invest in the second skill, what all of the kids have shown here, public speaking. And I'm a big fan of this definition. It is a skill that we can use in many, many situations. It's a conversation, an amplified conversation, and it has been relevant for thousands of years. And will we humans stop speaking? No. But you know what we stop? Writing and typing. That is going away. Nobody needs that anymore. And speaking is a powerful way to communicate. Look at the politicians. What do? At this day and age, they could send emails to their voters, couldn't they? They could. But nobody wants to read through the agenda. That's why they challenge each other in debates and deliver big speeches. And we've seen that recently, haven't we? Wow, it's wild out there. And why? Because that is how you get elected. That's how you reach the people. Shall we do a small experiment? Everybody, I want you to feel how powerful public speaking is. Raise your hand, your right hand. Everybody, I see you. Everybody, also you ladies, raise your hand, your right hand up high. And now ask yourself, who's in control of your hand? Are you or am I? I am, right? That is the power of public speaking. And that's just a small example. It's more than just listening to words. There's science that proves it. It can be an experience that has the power to influence, inspire, and move an audience, whether it's 1 or 1,000. And you know, together public speaking and authenticity, they will give you an edge in the future of work. However, in a world driven by technology, the most important skill that we need to nurture is a superpower that is fading away. We're losing it. You know, what do we spend a lot of time on? On our phones, screens, texting, messaging, looking at other people's lives on social media. Somebody might be doing it right now. And what happens? We end up feeling lonelier than ever before. Now here's a sad thing. As a researcher told me, when a human dies, they are not looking for anything else than a human connection. Right before you die, you don't want to watch TV. You don't want to see your possessions. You don't want to see another TikTok series. All you want is a human touch, a few kind words, a friendly face, a human connection. And that is the third superpower we need in the future of work. I have to admit that I connect with anyone who crosses my path, and that's something I got from my mom. And you know, I'm not in the mood every day, but I push myself. And you know when I push myself to do, the most magical things happen and my mood brightens, and I have experiences that last a lifetime. I'll tell you one story. One of my favorite encounters was with a taxi driver named Django, a brother from Africa, quite a cool guy. It was 7 o'clock in the morning, and I was on my way from a hotel to an event that I was hosting in Abu Dhabi. And I was a bit tired, but his name, you know, got me going. I did end up singing a little bit, jingle bells, jangle all the way. We had banter, I got away with it, and he laughed. And then out of the blue, at a traffic light where we stop, he turns around, looks at me and says the most profound words. You know, Flo, some people look at the world through a microscope, others through a telescope. And it is up to you, only you, to decide which one you're looking at. Boom! A wisdom bomb dropped at 7 a.m. in the morning. And you know why? Because I chose to see a human and not a taxi driver. The ability to create human connections is a remarkable advantage, and it enables you to create better work environments, greater collaborations, and achieve greater outcomes. It makes you, and of course your environment around you, happier and more fulfilled. And that's why you don't have to be afraid of what the future brings. Yes, it's uncertain, but there are dramatic changes, and they're coming. And if you focus on the human edge, it's going to be okay. That's what we have to do. So be yourself and embrace authenticity. Become a skilled communicator and learn to love public speaking. And, of course, share the joy of creating human connections. And with these superpowers, you'll be able to thrive in the future of work. Thanks.